Hey happy people, what's up? I'm Jordan.
And I'm Joelle, and you're watching A Double Dose of Entertainment.
We're here to give you all the latest entertainment news. So let's jump right into it, Joelle.
Yep, we have some hot topics of the week today. Our first hot topic, of course, is the Super Bowl, and who can watch the Super Bowl without watching the commercials and the halftime show? That's my favorite part.
My favorite part is, of course, the commercials. I look for the commercial. Usually the first one is what costs the most. They ran for this year about $3.4 million, I think, for each one, which is pretty impressive. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and what were some of your favorite commercials?
My favorite one, well, the first one that I saw that I really liked was the one with Adriana Lima for Teleflora. She looked absolutely stunning. I think all women around the world that watched the Super Bowl were jealous of her. Every guy had their mouth open when watching her. It was a really good commercial. Good job, Teleflora.
One of the ones that I really liked was the M&M commercial, and they're showing it a lot lately. And the M&M kind of comes in. She's a brown M&M, and the red M&M comes in and is like, oh, I didn't know it was that kind of party. And he takes off his shell because he thinks that she's not wearing anything because she's a naturally brown M&M. So I thought that was a really great creative commercial, which they're actually using, as I said before, afterwards. You don't really see too many of the Super Bowl commercials used after the actual Super Bowl.
But my all-time favorite one, the best one that I think they showed, was for Budweiser. And it was a dog, and he was named We Go. The guy named him We Go. And every time someone came into the party, they kept saying, here we go, here we go. And every time someone came, the dog would go and fetch a thing of beer, and then more people came, he got a six-pack. Then it was like 12 people, I think, that came, and he got a keg. It was hysterical.
Yeah.
It was really clever, I thought.
Yeah, I thought, of course, as we said before, the commercials are great, but of course, everyone watched the halftime show with Madonna, and she had a lot of other guests come on. She had Nicki Minaj, MIA, CeeLo, a bunch of other people come on and perform with her as well.
I thought she did really well, considering that she's 50 years old. I mean, not that 50 is that old, but it's old to be doing cartwheels. She did a cartwheel. I thought she looked very good. Some of her dance moves were a little sloppy. I know, like I just said, she is older, but if you remember, right before Michael Jackson died, his This Is It video, if anyone has seen the movie, he was about to be 50, or actually was 50, I think, and he was spot on with all of his dance moves. So Madonna, come on, Madonna. Your age doesn't play a number right now.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. There were some parts that were good, some parts that were bad. The one big controversy is MIA, of course, giving the middle finger during her performance. And she I didn't see it while it was actually on the television, but TMZ was one of the first people to report it, and then of course it's been all over the news since then. And I don't know, you know you're on camera. You know that that's inappropriate. Why do it?
Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't know about it until the next day. I had no idea. But I don't know. I guess I kind of agree. You're on the Super Bowl. You know what you're doing. So,
yeah. Well, if you guys have any Super Bowl comments, of course you can, watch our show. Keep updated. Yeah. You can listen to us on A Double Dose of Entertainment on WLOY.org, or you can leave us a post on our website, jordanandjoelleonline.com. We're going to move on to our next hot topic, talking about Food Network star Paula Deen.
She was recently diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Well, actually, she wasn't recently diagnosed. She was diagnosed 2 years ago, and she just came public with her diagnosis. And some of her fans aren't taking it that well.
Yeah. She, as you know, she's known for cooking food that is filled with butter, filled with sugar, basically anything that is not good for you, she puts into her recipes. And the fact that she was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes shows that her food was really having an impact on the way she's eating and her health.
Right.
And then she, as you said, didn't come out with it for about 2 years. So people were kind of saying, well, why would you hide that and continue to promote fatty foods?
I understand. They felt like they were deceived. They felt like she was taking her life in her own hands. Her food is very health risky, and she didn't do anything to solve it. But I also feel like that's who she is. Yeah. She has to make money. She already has the show. And she was just doing what her job was. She had to make a paycheck.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree with what you're saying, but I also think that she could have said something as, maybe even a couple months after she was diagnosed, and maybe even come up with another show that cooks similar food, Southern comfort food, with maybe half the calories or half the fat content. And I think she still would have done just as well and gained more respect.
Maybe. And maybe lost a little bit of weight. Not that I'm saying that Paula Deen has to, but maybe she would have. But a person who hasn't lost any weight and who looks incredible is, of course, my favorite, Beyonce.
Yeah, and she was actually seen this week stepping out for the first time since the birth of her baby, Blue Ivy Carter. She went out to Carnegie Hall as her husband Jay-Z was giving one of his first performances there, and one of his first performances since his new child has been born. She looked absolutely stunning the first night she went out. She had on a very tight-fitting red dress with the Alexander McQueen clutch, and she looked incredible.
She looks absolutely stunning. She's a little bit heavier than she was before, not by much, but it's like the right amount. She looks great. I don't know any other star who gained weight after having a baby, hasn't really lost the weight, and looks even better than before they had the baby. And that was just the first night of her stepping out. The second night, she had on a blue, sparkly dress. It had Swarovski crystals all over it. She looked absolutely stunning. She had a blue muff with her, and she looked great. The first night, her hair was straight. The second night, it was a little bit curly.
Yeah, I thought she looked absolutely incredible. And they had a statement from Tina Knowles saying how happy she was for the baby. She said the baby's beautiful. And she said being her grandmother is the second best job in the world, I'm sure, behind being a mother.
I can't wait to see the baby. I hope that they have pictures soon. Beyonce and Jay-Z are such an incredible couple. They've been together for a long time. They're not really in the media, and they have a strong relationship.
Yeah, well, speaking of great couples, of course, as we all know, Valentine's Day is around the corner. And another great Hollywood couple that's kind of recent is Julianne Hough and Ryan Seacrest. And Julianne Hough put out a statement. She had an interview with People.com, and she talked about her relationship with Ryan Seacrest and how it kind of is a little bit difficult because they're both so into their careers and bettering themselves in the entertainment industry that it is a little bit hard to kind of maintain a relationship when doing something like that. But she said that one of her tricks to kind of feel like she's with Ryan or feel like she's a little bit more connected to him is to actually watch him on American Idol.
I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, long distance relationships, especially for that amount of time, is hard with anybody. And then when you throw the media in there and they're both on TV and they're traveling and things like that, it's going to make it even harder. So I'm glad for them that they found a way to maintain the relationship and stay happy.
Yeah, she said that, as I said, she watches him on American Idol. He watches her when she's on Dancing with the Stars. She wasn't on the last season, but when she is on, he watches her. And she said when they are actually together, they just try to keep it as fun and spontaneous as possible to try to keep the spark there and make it as fun as possible when they actually do have time together.
I think that's great. But a lot of Hollywood couples don't fare as well as Julianne and Ryan. But we do have a list of Hollywood couples who have lasted for a long time for Hollywood.
Yeah, it's coming in we're starting from the least amount of time so far.
Right.
Hopefully they'll move up on the list a little bit later in life. But as we said before, Beyonce and Jay-Z are a great couple, and they have been together almost 4 years.
Our next couple who's been together for a good amount of time is Jennifer Gardner and Ben Affleck, who have been happily married for 6 years.
And Gwen Stefani and Gavin Rossdale have been together for actually 10 years. I didn't realize it was that long since they had gotten married. And as we said, they were married for 10 years, and they have children together, and they always, whenever they're photographed together, they always look so happy.
I mean, we've always been into entertainment news, so I remember when Gwen Stefani got married.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that was 10 years ago. It
Yeah.
does not seem like it was that long. And another couple that I remember getting married, of course she was big when we were little, is David and Victoria Beckham, and they've been married for 12 years.
And coming up next on our list, we have Matthew Broderick and Sarah Jessica Parker, who have been married for 14 years.
Tim McGraw and Faith Hill have been married for 15 years.
And the next two couples on our list have passed the 20-year mark, which is huge.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, for any couple in Hollywood. As everyone knows, even lasting a year is a big feat, especially in the days of Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphries. Even lasting 1 year is big in Hollywood. But Kyra Sedgwick and Kevin Bacon have been married for 23 years.
And
that's great.
That is great. Our longest standing couple so far in Hollywood is Denzel and Paulette Washington, who have been married for 28 years.
Congratulations to all of the happy couples celebrating anniversaries this year and, of course, celebrating Valentine's Day.
Now we are going to move into a special segment of our show. It is going to be our obsessions. What we're going to do is I'm going to have my obsession every week, and Joelle will have hers. And then we will have one together. So this week I am obsessed with Sure Thing Pandora Radio. I don't know if everyone knows what Pandora Radio is. I'm sure you do. but you can pick a song or an artist, and Pandora will match similar artists or similar songs to what you've picked. And I heard from someone that Sure Thing Miguel Pandora Radio is incredible. And I think this Pandora station knows me better than I know myself, because every song that comes on I absolutely love. So if you're out there looking for a new Pandora station, try Sure Thing by Miguel, and I promise it won't let you down.
And one of the things that I am obsessed with this week, I actually discovered it right before Christmas, like in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And it is kind of a seasonal thing, but I've brought it into the springtime, we have a Keurig machine at home, and we have one now in our dorm room. And the apple cider, the warm apple cider Keurig is to die for. If anyone wants a warm drink that is it's really not that many calories, it's not that bad for you. I mean, of course there's sugar and stuff in it, but it is absolutely incredible, but it is sweetened naturally, so it's not that bad.
Okay. And together this week, we are obsessed with Loyola's men's basketball team. Not only the team, but of course their standings and everything. Congratulations to our men's basketball team. They have a game this Friday. Yes. Last Friday was sold out.
Yeah.
And this Friday, we had to get our tickets on Monday. Monday, as soon as the lady opened up the thing at the box office, we were there getting our tickets. So I'm sorry to those of you who did not get tickets, but it is going to be a great game. They're playing Iona on Friday night, and they actually play another game on Sunday.
Yeah.
I believe they play.
I'm not
sure exactly who they play.
You can look at Loyola's website for that.
You can look at Loyola's website. And it's been a great season. They're doing really well, and we are obsessed this week with Loyola men's basketball.
Yeah. I think that does it here for this episode of A Double Dose of Entertainment. As we said before, there are multiple ways you can keep up with us. Of course, right here on Greycomm.tv, we'll be shooting every week A Double Dose of Entertainment, the television version. And every week there's also a radio version of A Double Dose of Entertainment. You can catch that on WLOY Loyola Radio, on WLOY.org on Friday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. You can also keep up with us on the internet. Our website is jordanandjoelleonline.com, or you can check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/jordanandjoelleonline, or follow us on Twitter @jordanandjoelle.
We love you guys so much for watching this week. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Joelle. And this is A Double Dose of Entertainment.